What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. And in today's video I will be sharing with you some long distance relationship tips that I think are super helpful and that I wanted to share. If you are new here to my channel, please feel free to subscribe. Just a little background on my relationship. I've been dating my boyfriend since October of 2016. We met in college and he's older than me, so he actually graduated and then I was still in school, so we were doing long distance then. So half the year he lives in Canada and I'm in the US. So we are definitely not new to the long distance game, but hopefully it won't be for too much longer. It's definitely doable. You'll make it work. You'll find a way. It'll all be okay. So let's just get into it. My first tip is communication. Obviously, this is very important in any relationship, but especially if you're long distance, I feel like this is just key. So with communication, you want to regularly update each other. You know, how's your day going? Like, what have you been up to? How's practice? Like, going along with communication. For me personally, Dakota and I are FaceTiming literally all the time, at least a couple of times a day. Always before bed, you know, just like randomly throughout our day, because we can kind of include each other in our days from two different places. So FaceTime is a huge lifesaver. We are so fortunate to be able to do that in this same age. I don't know how people did long distance like years ago, but FaceTime is key. That is like my essential tip. Obviously, you probably already do that if you're long distance. Another one is Snapchat. We're like constantly just Snapchatting each other and it makes you feel like you're together even though you're not. So that definitely helps. That just keeps the communication like always going. Knowing each other's schedules is so important. I can't stress that enough, and I think that's something that's really helped us. And we always pretty much know what the other one is doing. Like, if you guys know each other's schedules, there really isn't any like confusion. If I know Dakota has practice all day, like, oh, okay, that's why I haven't heard from him, you know what I mean? So just make sure that you guys are both informed of like what each other is doing. That way nobody's kind of left in the dark. Kind of come up with a schedule. Like, let's talk every morning or every night before bed, or you know what, let's have lunch together. Like, come up with something so there's always something to look forward to. My next tip is to be supportive. And again, you need this in any relationship. Dakota's constantly telling me like how proud he is of me, like, oh, I'm so proud of you for doing this, blah, blah. And it's like so nice to just be supported all the time. My next tip is to do things together, and you can do things through FaceTime, you can do it through Snapchat, you can watch shows together. I think that's super fun, so you guys can pick a series and you can watch it at the same time. My next tip is to make visits to see each other and always have those in the book. So when you're leaving each other to be apart, you'll already have the next trip planned in your head, know a date, like, okay, we just have to go till this date. And this just makes it easier because you know the next time you'll see each other. It's not just left open-ended and you're kind of just like, oh. That's definitely something we've done, and we always, for the most part, know the next time that we'll see each other. And I feel like that's such a big game changer, just because it gives you like a positive, like something to look forward to. Going off of visiting each other, surprises are always like the best. I actually surprised Dakota in Toronto and he was just like, and then he actually surprised me last weekend at the bowling alley. He just like walked in. I was bowling with my family and he walked in and I literally was like shook. I was like, what? My next tip is to stay busy, and you might think like, what, why? From personal experience, have felt like it's a lot easier to get sad and kind of down and like miss them and stuff when you're just like not super busy. So keep yourself, you know, like with your friends, with your family, always doing things. And I know he's felt that way too, like when he's training and he's like kind of more alone, I know that it'll hit him harder. Another fun tip that you can do that we actually do is like do little incentives for each other. You could make up a little bet and be like, okay, if you do this X, Y, and Z and I do this X, Y, and Z, then we could talk later, or we can have a little FaceTime dinner date later, and like kind of make a game out of it, and you can both encourage each other. And we definitely do that, and it makes it kind of fun. And then you like normal boring tasks that kind of suck, you'll be like, oh, I'm just gonna get them done because I'm gonna talk to Dakota later or something like that. If you love the person that you are with and you know you're gonna spend the rest of your life with them, then long distance is like really not that hard. Like, it's worth it. Like, you'll know if it's worth it, and if it is, you'll make it work somehow. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.